So when it comes to managing hunger, the first thing is protein, right? And this is why protein became all the rage recently, because of its ability to make us feel full and keep us full. I'll give you an idea. A slice of toast with butter on it, right? I could eat 4 slices of toast, no bother, especially with a hot cup of tea. Not a bother any time of the day. But that one slice of toast with butter on it is equivalent to about 3 eggs. So I could eat 4 slices of toast. I would struggle from a calorie perspective. I could eat 4 slices of toast. I couldn't eat 12 eggs. From a calorie perspective, 4 slices of toast with butter on it is equivalent to 4 large chicken breasts. Again, I would struggle to eat 4 large chicken breasts.
Chicken breasts there would be, to a slice of toast.
And that's large ones. So when we look at the calories we're eating, it does matter where the calories are coming from because of satiety. So when we have protein, we naturally stop eating at a certain point. But not only that, it takes ages to leave our stomach. So if someone comes into clinic and goes, Orla, I have my breakfast and then I'm starving 2 or 3 hours later and this is what I have, I go, okay, well, if you're starving 2 or 3 hours later and if your belly feels empty, then perhaps you didn't eat enough protein at the first meal, because protein delays gastric emptying. It delays the release of food from the stomach into the intestines. And really, if there's enough protein in your meal, you'll get 4 to 7 hours out of that meal. You know, it will keep you full to lunch. So protein is important for that reason. But the next is fiber. So fiber, if you think, when there's lots and lots of satiety hormones, there's more hormones involved in keeping us full than there are telling us we're hungry. And when food goes from our stomach all the way into the toilet, in other words, whole foods do that, they trigger lots of satiety hormones along the way. And most people don't realise that. They go, when I went from an ultra-processed diet to a whole food diet, why did I lose weight? Even though I was eating roughly the same amount. And it's because of that, because the food goes into your mouth, goes into the toilet. And you might, for example, if you had a handful of almonds, 100 calories of almonds, 30% would end up in the toilet. Okay, so we don't absorb all of it, is one. But it's when fibre goes from your mouth all the way into the toilet, it triggers lots of satiety hormones along the way. And that's why fibre is such an important part of hunger management and weight maintenance. And we know in Ireland that the average intake is about 18 grams a day. Now, we need at least 25. Dietitians work it out as 14 grams per 1,000 calories eaten, which means that, you know, most women probably need 28 grams of fibre or more. So what I try and get people to do is not just hit their fibre target, but go, if you need 30 grams a day, well then let's aim for 10 grams of breakfast, 10 grams of lunch, 10 grams of dinner. Now, we're not that pedantic about it, but we're talking about ish, okay? So the 4 things, we've got protein, fibre. The next one is volume.
Fibre-rich foods?
Fibre-rich foods, well, any plants contain fibre, but certainly whole grains. And I know people talk about beans, peas and lentils, they're super high in fibre, pears, raspberries, chia seeds, flax seeds. They are really high fibre foods, and they tend to be 2 to 3 times higher in fibre than another food in that grouping. But when it comes to fibre, really, we're getting most of it from our whole grains. So most people need to switch their refined processed carbs for the whole grain version. But I would say the third most important thing not that there's 4 things important, but the third in my list would be volume. And really, we want food to go into our belly, and we want it to press against the sides of our belly and say, you know, you're full. If you eat any more, you'll barf, right? So we want that satiety feeling where our belly feels lovely and full after a meal. You know, you can hit your protein and fibre targets, but if your meal is tiny, you'll still want more. And you get volume without over consuming calories if you get enough fruit and veg. And that's why fruit and veg matters for weight maintenance. Not only that, but I would say whole fruit and veg rather than processed. So in other words, if you blitz it up in a smoothie, it's not going to be as filling as if you eat it out of a bowl. Yeah. And the crunchier it is, the more filling it tends to be. So we have protein, we have fibre, volume, but the 4th one is so important and people forget to talk about it, and it's taste. So if I were to eat a meal and it was high in protein, high in fibre, a lovely voluminous dinner, a nice big dinner that's going to fill my belly, but it doesn't tickle my taste buds, it isn't yummy to eat, then I will finish that meal and I will open the cupboard looking for something to satisfy taste, because it's not just about protein and fiber and eating enough food, it's about enjoying it as well. So I get people to focus on all of those four things at breakfast, lunch and dinner. Spread out the food more evenly across the day, and that really helps to manage the hunger.